Thank you guys for joining me today. I've got some really special guests that I'm delighted to have on the gaming with me today. I'm Aaron, creator of Imminent Peril. Players, please introduce yourselves.
I'm Jeff Hayes, narrator of Dungeon Crawler Coral.
Hi, I'm MK Gibson, author of such books as The Shadow Masters, Villain's Rule, To Beat the Devil, a few other books. I'm also I'm half of the creative team for the art department for Imminent Peril.
And we are. Oops, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Ryan.
I'm leaving. I'm Ryan Reed, and I am a narrator at Soundbooth Theater and the talent acquisition manager for Soundbooth.
So you must have like hundreds of people knocking down your door trying to be part of Soundbooth Theater.
We get a few emails. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this is a creatively chaotic storytelling survival game. We're all going to be thrust into a horrible situation, and we will all be trying to survive using special abilities. To start us out, we're going to be rolling scenario cards. I'll go ahead and deal our player cards. All right, so our scenario today is we are in a futuristic canyon full of liquid halflings. All right, so futuristic canyon.
Futuristic canyon. So just
halflings.
very new rocks. Yeah.
I got it.
I'm picturing it.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. All right. So you can shoot this down, but like my first thought is, you got like dun-dun, dun-dun. You got the Terminator, like the cool Terminator, right? Where it's like it's futuristic. There's all these murder things, the Liquid T-1000s, but we're the Temu version. Like this is like a prototype, and all we get is Liquid Halflings. So we are stuck in this shitty canyon of like metal like that, and this is their practice mode. They're like they tried the Liquid Terminator, and this is the first thing. Like we got the deficient version.
This is the first thing that just flopped out. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That works.
I'm down with that. So futuristic canyon. It's like what is it like? All mining equipment along.
Big things like the claw hands and
okay.
I love the idea that it's new rocks, like new canyon futuristic. So like all this mining equipment, it's not there for precious metals. It's just trying to carve like the newest canyon attraction on this like decrepit world.
So it's clearly the future, however many years in the future, and like AI is trying to it just watched our movie, so it's trying to make the Terminator, but it just we just got the little things, and we're just like, hey, it's just strip mining. It's just strip mining, and maybe we're just stuck in this like future new canyon. So
I love the idea that AI is at fault here. Like it's trying to recreate a canyon, but obviously like maybe
it's also trying to recreate the Terminator. Yeah, and it's getting it wrong.
It's just a little off.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things off about this canyon that we'll figure out later.
So all right,
AI driven.
I'm picturing it already.
I got it.
All right,
epic.
So we've all got a good idea of our starting area. Now we want to put ourselves into the story as characters that have been here all along. So this isn't transporting yourself. This is like you are embodying some character that's been a part of this world, and you're just describing who you are and what you were trying to accomplish right before things get worse.
Okay. I already know what I want to do.
All right.
Go ahead.
I am a rock sculptor. So like, the machines come through and they create the canyon, but like when it does that, it makes it obvious like, oh, someone did this, right? Someone created this big fissure in the ground. So my job is to go in and detail all the rocks to make them look more natural, like as if this was done with what do you call it, erosion and stuff, right? Like make it look like it's natural. So that's my job.
Like the Photoshop cleanup artist.
Yeah, but I'm not like the one with the tiny hammers and brushes. I'm the guy that tells all the guys with the tiny
You're big
brushes.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the director.
Yeah. All right.
Listen, guys, we can't just have this fucking thing be a strip mine. It's got to look natural.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to look like we unnaturally rip that fucker apart. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I am just a necrophiliac fetishist, and I just want to find the halfling that fits best.
Okay. Halfling.
Yeah.
All right.
So wait, you want to find the halfling that fits best, but aren't those T-1000s?
Well, I just
the heart wants
me best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going around trying them on for size.
I'm trying to see where I'm a little concerned. I'm trying to see where the necrophilia comes in.
Well, because aren't they all are they all alive on the ground or?
Oh well, like little half-size T-1000 robots that are like helping to chop up the.
Okay, yeah. Well,
If
the
you haven't seen
necrophiliac
Totally
part comes
misunderstood
later.
somehow. I don't know where you got the dead halflings from.
Yeah, I thought they were dead. Might be. Okay, well, I'm keeping the necrophiliac part.
No, that's
Okay.
fine. That's
No, but
completely your
every
choice.
character's got
I
a
just have to
secret.
get
Yeah,
there.
that's the thing.
It's an
Yeah.
obstacle for my character. We have to make
Every
sure he
character's
finds
got a
someone
secret,
dead.
and that's what makes him special.
This
That's
is
right.
your character's driving force.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Okay. Stick with me. I want to be a kid. His name is Timmy McGinty. He's got that disease that Robin Williams had from Jack Progeria. He ages like 5 years, 3 years goes by. He's 11, but he looks 55, and he just wanted to. But he's going to die very soon. This is like his make-a-wish. He wanted to meet John Cena, but they sent him to like a little tour of this facility instead, and he's very pissed off about it. I just wanted to meet John Cena before I died, and I'm the only 11-year-old that has to get a prostate exam. I don't like this, and I'm stuck in this canyon. Because everything ages super fast. I look 55, but I'm only 11. This really sucks, and I don't care for it.
Okay.
So, Timmy McGinty, make a wish, kid. Gonna die soon.
Okay.
Gray pubes.
I feel like you should introduce yourself that way every time you have something to say.
Hi, Timmy McGinty here.
Hi, Timmy McGinty here.
I got some schmutz on me.
I was up from the Long Island, but now I'm down here, and God, it's so dirty. I don't care for this at all.
All right. So I'm this is like wild future, right? AI is attempting to re-landscape and recreate some long lost natural treasures. I, however, am a what are those people that go off in the woods and live by themselves forever? What's
Like
that
a
called?
hermit.
Hermit, yeah. So I'm a desert rock hermit, and I'm just trying to not live where all this fancy tech is ruining everything.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Get off my land, you got treasure.
Of course, now all of this bullshit is coming up into my little cavernous rock spaces. Like maybe they just broke open one of my tunnels, and they're on
my fucking
land.
den.
Yeah, like I'm upset. I was just
Are you
trying
like one of those
to...
old 49ers from like 1812 with like the butt flap and the beard that comes down, or like, you know.
What's the race of people in Dune on the desert planet? You're kind of like one of them. They're like, get away from my spice.
Oh, jeez, wait, hang on. Are you trying to do the Fremen? But they're like, get away from my
Fremen,
spies. Like they're like,
Yeah.
It's like, they went full like Italian hand there.
Yeah.
So
No, I like that.
Works
So
for me. Yeah.
I'm gonna riff off of that. So like I don't have like weird pajamas with butt flap. I am, however, wearing like a myriad of different desert animal skins, kind of like poorly sewn together to retain my moisture. And I don't smell good, and I don't look right.
You're just a sweaty corpse man.
It's like,
Okay.
did you tan that leather? No.
I just
No,
realized
sorry.
I might be setting myself up for Ryan here.
Are we supposed to be telling everybody what we're wearing for our
No, I
characters?
feel like that. No,
Timmy
you don't
McGinty's
need
just
to.
I
wearing
already
his
know.
normal.
Yeah.
He's wearing
I already
his. He's got because of his age now, his socks are up to his knees, and he's wearing sandals with them, and he's wearing short cargo shorts. But I'm also got a cell phone clip on my hip because it's just something happened when the age happens. I could put it in my pocket, but I like to wear my cell phone on my hip.
It's like that Find My Child app. So
I'm wearing that kind of shitty polo shirt that a lot of old men wear. That like it's the stretchy material so you can see their nipples.
All right. I am wearing a scarf. I have glasses on. I have a t-shirt. It's like a baby blue t-shirt, and I have flannel pajama pants on and Birkenstocks.
Nice.
Let's see. I think
What do necrophiliacs wear?
you know, I'm just
smile.
I'm just wearing a sensible pair of shorts, you know, like the Reebok all white trainers with the high socks, you know. I've got my polo. I want to seem approachable, but like, you know, I'm trying to blend in with the normies.
Two polo
you know?
wearers.
Yeah.
Two polo
Oh,
wearers.
I wasn't listening when you were describing yours because I was thinking.
No,
about me.
MK. Gibby's wearing a.
Oh,
polo as well.
yeah, okay. We'll be simpatico,
Twinsies.
unless you know.
But it's that golfing polo that a lot of like middle-aged dads wear. That's like it only highlights your man moobs, so it doesn't. Really,
Yes,
like,
exactly.
you know, it really accentuates the undertip.
Yeah, horizontal
Yeah.
stripes so that you get all the layers.
Oh God, yeah.
All right.
Well,
I will
you know,
deal this in. I feel like we've
Okay.
Oh yeah,
established
there's a game to play.
characters.
Holy shit. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Let's do this.
With the optimism that we play 4 rounds, I'll give us 5 ability cards.
All right.
All right, so every round, we're going to be first putting each other into some kind of peril. You don't have any restrictions or limitations. Basically, you take whatever their character said they were doing last, and you're going to describe how they are somehow walking into or going into some kind of immediately life-threatening situation. Shift the targets. So my target is Ryan. Ryan, yours is Gibby. Gibby, Jeff. So the target card beneath your card is who you're putting in danger.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I'm attacking MK.
Me.
Yep. Gibby.
Yeah.
Got
Just
it.
Gibby. Gibby's fine. Yeah.
So, this isn't your character like attacking another character. It's just like you're the DM for this moment. You're describing how
You control the environment.
is changing. You can loosely pilot their character a little bit to like if you need them to kind of like continue whatever they.
How
were
does
doing
the story hurt my character?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you bring them right up to the brink of they're about to die if they don't do something, and then that's their problem for their action.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
So normally,
I'm looking through my cards real quick.
well, you don't have to worry about ability cards yet, so don't let that distract you.
Oh, I build my, other times I build my character around my cards, and unfortunately my character does not work with any of these, so we'll find something else. So yeah.
Oh yeah, so the ability cards that we get down at the bottom, those are not going to be how we
That's
create
how you get
that's not how we create
That's how you get out of
That's how you get out of it. Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you use it once and it's burned.
Yeah.
So.
When we're creating danger, sky's the limit.
Okay, great. So you start us, right?
So I'll give you an example, but what normally happens is we're going to all think about what our target's peril is going to be. And when you're ready, you'll flip the target card upside down. That way we don't go until everybody's ready, so we're not distracting each other by talking. And but for example, Ryan, can you describe a little bit more about kind of like maybe where you were in this crazy world, like what you were?
I like to know where Jeff is too. So where is everybody?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm sitting up on the top of the canyon. I've got my binoculars. I'm looking for the right specimen. I've snuck in because I don't want to get caught. You know, I'm trying to get a body and get out.
Makes sense.
Right.
And those little guys can become anything.
Yeah, they can. They can.
Oh, they'll
Very
become
flexible
anything.
toys. So I am on some scaffolding. Right. I have my crew of people that are using tiny chisels and tiny scrapers and tiny paintbrushes, and I'm like basically resting on the railing, watching everybody, making sure no one's getting out of line. Pretty high up, I'd say like halfway up the canyon wall.
Okay. For my edification, because we're trying to make this place a dangerous place. So I know the AI is building this canyon, but did we crack something open? Is AI attacking us? Are these liquid halflings presence? Because they're supposed to be the threat. So how are they the threat to us?
Well, so they're not necessarily.
I mean, just for the sake of the story,
they're not necessarily the threat. That's just these are all elements
they are
a place.
The quirky menace.
Well, so we have a place and we have stuff in the place, and what we do with that is whatever we make out of it. So I think that we've kind of defined them as like the workers that are here helping carve up and create this realistic canyon impersonation.
So the odds of them having a revolution is very, very likely on the horizon. Got it. Okay.
They are controlled by an AI.
Where are you, Gibby? What are you doing?
Gibby, I don't know who he is, but Timmy McGinty, he showed up. It's all right. And his socks are they're killing him because they're like and his sandals are rubbing. Like I said, it says a Make-A-Wish. So the Make-A-Wish person's there and they're like, I don't want to see this heavy machinery of the big scaffolding. I'm down here on the ground underneath and it's sweating and it's tired. I just wanted to go meet John Cena.
Okay.
Do you have sand in your socks?
It's getting crispy down there.
I hate
and
the
I
sand.
didn't bring
It's
I have a
coarse and
visor
rough.
on, but the one that's open on the top, but because my head's kind of balding as at 55, but I'm only 11, it's starting to get scorched. And I've got the zinc stuff that I'm rubbing on my head and on my nose.
Yeah, you've got
this is amazing.
And I keep shifting my leg from one side to the other because my testicles are all long now. And they're sticking from one thigh to the other one. So I keep doing that shifting thing. And
I need help.
Life is hard as an underage old person.
Yes. the thing, I can get liquor pretty easily. So I might have a flask of that with me.
It's a 10-year-old. All right.
Well, no questions
yeah.
them. It's like
He's
like,
11.
As I'm
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
they're very
get it
sensitive
right.
about
So
that.
anyway, Timmy McGinty, he is down at the mouth of the canyon, right? They're just walking past like the opening of like this construction zone, like, and like the hard hats. He's trying to pass out hard hats. Like, this doesn't go with my outfit. So they're pointing at the big construction things. So he's just down there at the mouth of the canyon,
But
easily under.
he's
some
got
of
his
the
little
big-
handlers around, like his like
yeah.
tour guides. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's dying, so it's like
Yeah.
he's got like a couple of like nurses and
Like a lot of media people.
Is he attached to
people-
does he have
Yeah,
the
are you
hospice people?
Is he
Are you pulling a?
like a bag
Yeah,
of UV
an
bag?
oxygen
Yeah.
tank.
No, I
And
mean, he's only 55, but like every year he ages another 5 years, so he's only got like 2 or 3 left, and he's also
Okay, all
he
right.
might be a heavy smoker at this point too. He didn't want to be, but like the body wanted it, so he's like so after the oxygen debacle with the cigarette, it did. So yeah,
Gotcha. All
I
right.
feel like part of your entourage should also be like media people just trying to cash in on the sub.
oh yeah, they're trying to get a photo shot. Like, hey, look, Timmy, look at the rocks. Like, fuck the rocks. Maybe is it the real Rock? Is it Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Because I want to see him.
Oh man. Okay.
The Rock is here.
Who is? All right. So one of the caves just got kind of like bulldozed, scraped out, revealing me, like trying to cower in one of the deeper, darker corners. And it just dragged a whole bunch of rubble away and wall. I'm just there like, no.
Perfect.
So wait, where are you, Aaron?
So I am in a recently excavated, revealed system of caves.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Okay.
cowering into one of the sides of it. I have not seen
All right,
light in a long time.
Wait. Oh, right, because you lived underground.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
I'm
got
a
it.
desert
Hermit.
Yeah, desert hermit.
Okay, got it.
All right. And for example,
So these are your neighbors. These are your neighbors that are about to go buck wild on us.
Well, I thought I escaped, but no, like the T-1000 critters just got pulled in with the rest of this crew mining my dang tunnels.
Yeah, that's what I was like. They were living there. They got revealed. I thought you said they got revealed when they excavated.
Oh no, I got revealed.
Oh,
So I was
I'm sorry.
I was like
Okay.
hundreds of feet living in tunnels, and as they're
Okay.
carving it, this big ditch, like they
Gotcha.
carved right
All
into
right.
one of my tunnels.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can see like knickknacks and collectibles
I
that I've saved
misunderstood.
over the years against one of the walls.
Gotcha. Used
Lots of
condoms, maybe.
husks of desert animals.
All right.
Those old copies of E.T., like the Atari games that were just
Yes. Yeah, you hoarded a bunch of those.
He built like a
man.
throne, a toilet out of that, so
Back in the day when you could trust technology.
Love it.
All right. So I'm guessing, Ryan, you don't need an example since you flipped your card. You look ready.
I'm ready.
All right. We'll just roll with it then.
Do
just
we
flip
need
it
to?
so you know
do we need to
how you're gonna
explain where
murder the
the?
person.
Do we need to explain where the halflings came from?
No, I thought they were brought in as like the work crew of this AI excavation.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're basically
Gotcha.
like the what's the 3D printed workers. They try to make real things and they come
That-
out as halflings.
That makes my job even better because like I'm like talking down,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
literally talking down to the workers, and like it's making me feel even more empowered.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
I feel like this height limit might have been set by you from the beginning. Like nobody over this tall is allowed to work.
Okay. Yeah.
You print them at half size. Period.
I feel like a big man that way.
So Jeff, do you know what peril I might be put in, or are you still thinking it out?
Okay.
You just
so
flip your little card when you're ready. The bomb one under your.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. All right. So that was already done for me.
All right, Aaron,
Um,
you're up first.
All right. So Ryan, you're up on the cliff wall, surveying all of the
Possible
short,
targets.
yep, all the short little metal people, ripe for the picking. They're not even paying attention. But also, you're not even paying attention. You're so involved with scoping out these little metal dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a hiss, and it's getting closer. And as you as you lower your binoculars and look to your left, there is this industrial supersized laser just pointing down, kind of like a CNC machine. So it's skirting the edge to try to widen the thing, and its path is going to come right through you. So like the beam is the width of your head, and it's carving and just dust and rock and
How
debris.
fast is it
like,
moving?
It's going like a speeding car, like 80 miles per hour. Like the power that it's putting out, it's just
Cool,
ripping away rock, and you're in the path.
So it's like a laser bandsaw coming. Like,
and there's like a drone, like a super, like it's got 8 propellers drone with a thing just pointing straight down that's carrying it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Aaron, I have you. I choose you. So the excavator, it's backed up, right? From pulling the rocks out of the cave that you were in. And you see the ceiling crumbling. Well, this excavator is coming in for another round, and it's reaching up. It's obviously going to scrape the ceiling of the cave that you're in hardcore. It's just ready to just collapse that shit. And it's got a scooper so that the rocks stay off of the excavator itself.
Yeah, safety first, right?
Right. But it's about to basically scoop that stuff off and then grab the rocks and drag them out.
With me, like a
gross
stain underneath.
You are totally like there's just not going to be any room. Like when all these rocks fall, it's going to fill up the cave pretty much, and they're going to scoop that out. So if you don't figure out a way out of this, the rocks are going to crush you, and then when they're scooped, they're going to grind you inside all the rocks. Yeah.
Yep. It's like a masticating juicer.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff, Foreman Hayes, as the person who's up there belittling the little people, much like, like a shitty Willy Wonka, just being really cruel to his 3D printed AI Oompa Loompas up there. Right. Yeah. But these are liquid metal Oompa Loompas. So, and they're smart because they're created by AI. So while you're up there, like, and another goddamn thing, and you're reaching, because you're halfway up the scaffolding, you're halfway up the line up there. They've been smart about this. They've been waiting for this fucking moment. So as you're doing this and you're ranting, you're railing, you better get a paintbrush going better there, buddy. That's when the metal behind the rail that you're leaning up against separates, because the liquid metal reforms back into 2 different gnomes, and you start to stumble back. And that's when the other gnome comes up from behind you and gets down real low. And then the other 2 give you the Lucha Libre double fly drop kick. One kicks you over the other. You are now tumbling off the safety railing, falling down the ravine. Yeah. However, we said halfway up a ravine. I don't know what the standard ravine size is. It could be 1,000
let's
feet.
Let's say 200 feet.
Yeah, I like 200.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds.
So you will reach terminal velocity.
I'm dropping at least 100 feet, maybe 120.
Sure.
Yeah.
Easily.
Okay.
Yeah, that's broken everything. That is your current peril. Drop kicked by T1000 or T500s, really, because they're half the size.
Yeah. 2 T500s, yeah.
Lowercase T500.
T500s. So Grand Canyon is like 5,000 feet deep. I feel like
we should make ours like 500.
Deep.
Yeah, let's do 2,000
at least.
Okay,
yeah,
500 is good. So I'm gonna drop 250.
Yeah. You're falling. You're falling to your death.
Yeah, falling.
That's
cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, how deep did Aaron dig? Jesus, what kind of like?
I mean, clearly not deep enough.
Timmy
from Long
Timmy.
Island.
Timmy McGinty, what are you gonna do?
So Timmy was getting his little Tua, and then all of a sudden he hears a buzzing, and it's like a bug, and it's a bug that's too big.
I have allergies. That better not be a bee.
And it lands on him. So as soon as it happens, he smacks it. And he's like, "Oh, I've got the schmetz on my shirt." And he's looking around, and he sees a little, like a little stream puddly thing. And he's like, "I gotta go get my." And he goes down there because he tries to, but he doesn't want to touch it. It's gross. Yeah. So he goes down there.
Yep.
And he starts to lean over into the stream, and as he does, his back seizes up, and he's about to fall into the water, and of course he can't swim.
He's gonna drown in it like a face first because his back's locked up. Drown in it like a stream of water.
And it's only like 6 inches deep, but he's just he just topples, so his back is seized, and he's just yep, exactly.
Now the problem is, like, I had spine surgery 10 years ago, and because it's locked up. And that's fucking close to what actually happened, because when it locks up, you can put me in a pillow and I'm just gonna be dead. So that's why I had to search. So yeah, life imitates art. Okay, I like this. Drowned by stupidity. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And arthritis. Some sprinkled arthritis.
Yes.
All right. So,
All right.
now you will use one of your abilities to help explain how you are trying to survive. When you're ready, you can drag the ability card down in front of your player. It'll automatically flip upside down. So once everybody is ready, we can get started.
I'll put it in front of
Ryan,
my player. Okay.
Yeah. So there are some limitations since this is the first time you've played. If you hover over the rules card for using abilities down to the elephant rule. So the elephant rule, your abilities can only affect up to an elephant's amount of stuff. So unlike when we put each other into peril, when you use an ability, there are limitations. That way we don't call down the moon as an asteroid and it ruins everybody else's turn because one person's doing something that's too big.
Okay.
You done messed up. Any changes that an ability causes or reveals about you are permanent. So if you use, for example, the vampire card, well, you've revealed yourself to be a vampire and now you might be susceptible to death by sunlight. Yeah. If you turn into a penguin, now you're a penguin. And keep it fresh. So an ability can only make new things happen when you use it. So even if you've previously revealed you're a vampire, on this turn, you shouldn't be focusing on your vampire abilities again. You should be focusing on how your new ability is being emphasized to help save you. And then finally, it shouldn't happen yet, but if you ever aren't happy with your options, you can discard one of your cards and play an ability card off the top of the deck. But whatever it is, you have to use it. All right. And now you guys can see my whole hand. All right.
Use the good one.
I probably did not.
Your hand is so small and mine I can't even see, so I'm not worried.
Perfect. So I'm about to be dug out like a tick from my little cavern home with this big old industrial scooper coming through, and it's just gonna scrape my house clean and crush all of my little doodads and the painting that I had on the wall that's just like a drawing of a TV because I miss TV, but I can't do it anymore because it's technology. Luckily, though, I have a cluster body. My body is actually made up of a collection of smaller individual somethings clinging to each other to impersonate a larger body. I have lived in these tunnels hundreds of feet underground for so long that I actually ceased to be human. My spirit, as I probably died one evening and was devoured by underground rats, my spirit had merged with the rats, and they became me and I became them. And I still continue to walk around like the hermit that I was, but in reality, I was just a hive mind of rats. Yep, just a bunch of rats. So as the scooper comes in and grinds away the roof and crushes the rock and grinds the rock towards me, as underground rats go, like we are well used to like squirreling and squirming through tight places. So as it pulls out all the rubble and crushes even more of my home, my body just separates down and it's constantly just running through the little gaps in the big clumps of rock, and I scatter outwards.
Seems legit.
Yep.
I like how it comes right on the heels of like, now if you turn yourself into a penguin, you're still penguins.
Yeah.
All right, rat.
So I am
Rat King.
I am pile of rats.
Yep.
All right.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Who's next? Is it me?
Yeah.
Yep,
All right.
Jeff.
Jefe.
So my card is textile manipulation. You can control and reshape fibers, textiles, fabrics, and cloths. And lucky enough, I have the scarf. So as I'm falling, I whip that out. It becomes like super elastic and super long. It wraps around one of the scaffoldings, right? And I swing myself to a much lower platform on that scaffolding. Let's say I'm 20 feet up now.
So like some kind of debonair Spider-Man.
Now I was thinking like Eraserhead from My Hero Academia. Like he's got that scarf that can do that thing. Yeah, so well done. All right, well done.
Right.
Well,
Timmy?
the problem with Timmy McGinty is about to die. His back seizing up because of the bee sting. But thankfully, his parents have a lot of money in this Black Mirror-like future. So the nurse hits the button, and the floaties drones come in and pick me up by my shoulders and stand me back up. You know, they also hit the override button and the more the industrial drones, because we have a lot of money. We're very wealthy, Long Island. And they come in and they pick my body up. So they prevent me from drowning and they slowly stretch my body back out. This is not the first time this has happened. I'm like, oh, right there, my sciatica. Oh God, thank God. All right. This is very dangerous. When do we get to go to Connecticut so I can see the WWE? I want to see what Triple H has done with pro wrestling ever since Mr. McMahon's death. It's the future. So this is John Cena's farewell tour. And why are we still here? It's so hot. I also, my prostate's so big. I really have to pee, but I don't know if I have to pee, but I kind of have to pee and it feels very weird.
This is a terrifying look into my future.
Okay.
So Saved by Drones. Sorry about that. That's the fast version.
The TLDR. Okay.
Yeah.
So this 80-mile-an-hour speeding drone laser is rocketing toward me. But luckily, I pull out my magnetic personality, and I am able to bend and reshape metal. So this drone, I crumple it down into a nice fleshlight size, and I save it for later.
The new heated model.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right. So next up, we are going to vote for who we think is least likely to survive. This will be personal opinion. We will not need to argue or justify our choices. We just make a vote and roll with it. Now, in preparation for the vote, we are going to do a quick one-sentence recap. As I was about to be grossly... Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Joseph.
Don't get in on my
Grab the
shtick
meat
just
first.
yet.
I turn into rats and I scurry through all the rubble as rats do.
Okay. So
Jeffrey, what's your one? What's your one?
Mine.
line?
I use textile manipulation with my very fashionable scarf to basically Indiana Jones myself to safety onto one of the lower scaffolding platforms.
Much like every billionaire industrialist boy,
Timmy,
I was saved by technology.
short sentence.
Money saved me. I don't know how to do that. Saved by drones. You shit.
There you go.
I hope it lasers your dick off. I hope your fleshlight.
That's part of the
burns off
fun.
your dick.
I don't limit my fetishes.
I feel like that was literally the camera crew telling Timmy to like keep it short.
Get it up. Wrap it up, motherfucker. You know, yeah.
Drone to flashlight.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, there you
All
go.
right.
Drone to fleshlight. Good.
So once everybody knows who they'd vote for, pick up a token and hold your horses.
Taylor can't hear the other side of the conversation. There we go. Drone fleshlight.
All right.
What?
So you cannot vote for yourself. Thankfully, it will not be a unanimous death by rats.
Okay. Sorry. We vote for the person who's most likely to survive or least
likely to survive.
All right, my
I'm
bad.
smashing your ball. Get out of here.
Just line it up.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
That was a little early.
Oh, 50-50.
No.
Fuck you.
All right, so as the person with the most votes, I have to describe how something went a little bit wrong with my plan, and I am in some way hobbled, injured, or disadvantaged going into the next round. This amounts to just giving the next person to target me a little bit more to work with. So most of my horde actually didn't make it out. It was thoroughly ground to rat paste, and now I am but a lone rat scurrying.
Just one left?
Just one lonely rat.
Oh.
What rat did that, like, where did he originally come from on your body? Was he like your shoulder rat? Or was he your, like your pelvis rat?
Oh, come on. It was cock rat. I mean, let's be honest. It's just cock rat. It's gonna detach and run free.
He was definitely like my emergency escape rat, so I kept him close to the taint.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's
just fire him.
Yeah.
Oh, Grundle rat.
Grundle rat,
Yeah,
yeah.
Grundle rat.
Grundle rat,
There we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I like that.
He is the stinkiest.
Now
of my
that
rats.
is, now you are Grundle rat. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so next targets. Game continues. You have a new player that you are now in control of the destiny for. When you know what peril that player will be put in, go ahead and flip your card. Does anybody need a recap of what their target was last doing?
No.
All right.
You were just running free, right?
I'll say I scurried like underneath the machinery to try to get into like a safe spot.
Okay.
Like someplace that.
See, it sucks. You're just a rat. So now I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, hang on.
Now, in your putting them in peril, you cannot cause them bodily harm You just get them up to the point of it could hurt you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You don't want to like mutilate them as part of like the description.
gotcha.
I
Like
got it.
like, oh well, you've already lost both your arms and legs, and now you have to survive this. It's like what?
Yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to keep my arms and legs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All your teeth fall out and your eyeballs are sucked out. I'm like, what? No, so you can't take away their agency. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of like this is what's about to happen to you if you don't do something.
All right, I'm ready.
Well, Jeff, you are now first this round, so you are first in describing some of
What
the
happens
scenario.
to Rai Rai? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Ryan. All of a sudden, as you are, as you are fantasizing about what you're going to do with your new toy later, it's in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
It's in your pocket. Okay. All of a sudden, you hear boom, 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 boom. You got the touch, right? And that's coming out of your pocket, right?
You got the power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you pull it out. When you pull it out of your pocket, all this light is coming out, right? And like you're feeling, really, it's really inspiring, right? But you're also seeing giant arcs of electricity start to come out.
Okay.
And it starts heating up and smoking. And you can feel the electricity start to bite you. It's clear that even if you were to throw this thing, the explosion would be far too big for you to avoid.
Gotcha. Okay.
Magnetically crumpled it, engineeringly fucked it.
Yeah.
Got it.
There you go.
All right. What's going on with AA Ron?
The best part about AA Ron is now that he's just a rat, which is always great. Now no human danger. I don't care about this, which also means that the AI gnomes, what do we got? Halflings, gnomes, what do we got there? Like
the
little halflings.
T500 halflings.
Yeah, the T500s, the halflings. The T500s, like they see this, they see vermin. They're like, they just kind of shake their head, they poke their heads inside. Like after the excavator came back, they're like, there's a whole goddamn tunnel system in here. They like look around, like they shrug, they bring in the vacuum pump, attach it to the edge of the tunnel, and hit the massive blower. Boom. And now air pressure's launching everything in all directions of the tunnel to include you. So you, all your possessions, everything that was in any of these tunnel systems are now going to the ends of the tunnel systems. And as cartoon logic happens, end up like geysers up out into the desert. You are propelled up beyond the hide. Woo-hoo-hoo. And we'll see what happens to Ratatat to you. So good luck.
Yeah.
You're now raining down with all the crap that used to be in your thing over this fine canyon desert.
Yeah.
My old bones flying up nearby me.
Oh yeah, corpses, bones, unsold books, mostly mine, are just flying through the air. So
I love the future. So like technology sees a problem, so they just blow it out like a cartridge. Just like
exactly,
like
All
an
right.
AT cartridge.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I had that game.
Jeffrey. So because you're not Indiana Jones, you didn't quite get the like detachment part. And so you've gotten all the way down to the fullest stretch that this thing will take you. And it launches.
I thought I already. Okay. So I just haven't let go because I already said that I landed on the platform. I didn't say I let go.
Yeah, exactly. But you have reached the very stretch of this thing. So where once you were at 500, now it is launching you past where you were and into the air. So sadly, quite similar to the situation that Aaron.
They pass, they kiss, and they keep on going. So you just you bungeed yourself up into the air. All right, cool.
Gibby, so as this is the moment of the AI uprising, the AI notices an opportunity to use your own stupid human technology against you. And your medical assistant drones, they grip onto you like way too hard. You feel a little bit of like creak in your bones. And they each grab a hold of a limb, and you hear their little fan motors whirring up, and they're just going to fly in opposite directions all at once.
I'm going to be drawn and quartered by my own drones. I don't like this. Timmy does not. How am I supposed to look at the phone like this and real far, then real close, and real far? If my arms are stretched too far, you have to have the right so you can do this, and you touch the buttons with one big finger. Like, I hate this technology. I hit the button, and it doesn't work. Oh, Christ. All right. This is not good for me. All right. Thanks, dude.
Okay.
Pick an ability card to describe how you're going to survive.
This is so stupid.
Yep.
This is so dumb.
Those are my favorite kinds of rounds.
So dumb. All right.
All right, Jeff, kick us off.
Okay, so I am going to use possession. I can transfer my soul into a new vessel, animate an object, or swap bodies with another living thing. So on my way up, I use possession on one of my
T500s.
subordinates, one of the T500s. Yep. And the T500, I'm going to use this T500. I'm going to say, "Hey guys, let's go save the boss." And they're like,
It's like a real
"What?"
Newsies moment.
Yeah. All of them are like, "Fuck that, he's an asshole." But this T500 is still going to go down to and watch my body
The
and
trajectory.
try and predict where I'm going to land.
Like
Was he holding out like a blanket? Is he holding out a sheet for you?
Well, no, he is the sheet.
Oh yeah, because he's just liquid
Like
metal.
he's a T500, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
he's going to turn into a really he's going to turn into a few poles to hold it up. And you can really thin out metal, right? And it'll basically create a foil like
If someone is falling from a building, aluminum foil will save them if it's stretched out. That's science. So
yeah. There you go.
I'm not
There you
questioning
go.
that at
I
all.
love it. Let's see what happens.
I feel like we established that it did work before we established that it didn't. So I'm on board with Jeff's plan.
I like the metal. Let's do this. All right. So okay. Earlier, Ryan, you stung me with a bee, right? Okay. This bee was when I got stung by the bee, the venom got into Timmy's system, and it was really messed up. And this is a future bee, and it's not good. And I start to hallucinate. And thanks to my medical condition, I'm aging very rapidly. This venom gave me this ability to like cartoon logic. So I'm being stretched by all these all these drones are pulling me in every direction. My body just becomes like a living cartoon. It stretches, and it just snaps back in together. My body comes right back in. Worst part is like all the drones smash each other and break. And now I'm standing there amidst all this rubble, and this is very dusty and dirty, and there's circuitry on me, and I don't know what this does. And I'm a little bit scared. Is it hungry? Is it food time yet? I'm hungry.
This is yogurt.
So with all of my, I have with me despite my collection of fetishes, I am also quite the alchemist. And so in the split second, I whip together a potion that allows for me to have very impact resistant skin and organs. So I know that this thing is going to explode, and it could just explode on the outside of me, and I would take the hit and be fine, but I'm feeling a little dirty. So I take my impendingly exploding fleshlight and I shove it in deep. And it... and I survive.
Miracles of science and alchemy together in
That's
this
right.
one perfect moment.
And impervious buttholes.
You got the touch.
Oh yeah.
That's like coming from the butthole still, like it's still on like megaphone mode.
Yeah, Stan Bush from the butt. Yeah, that's the
All right, so
bush and butt.
I'm a rat that's just been potato gunned out of my home, launched with brute air force, flying through the air. As soon as I leave my tunnels, as soon as I'm airborne, my little rat voice is just going in a dead panic. And luckily, my desert friends are nearby and they hear my desperate cry for aid. I summon a swarm of my favorite allies, the desert bee, which we all know to be afraid of. Like, one should not mess with the desert bees of the future. And 100,000 of them come to my aid and swarm around me and create like a little buffer and lower me to the ground with their little bee buzzing bodies.
Okay. Jeff,
FYI,
what's your tagline of how you survived?
Oh, the one sentence?
Yeah. Your elevator
yeah.
pitch of survival.
I possessed a T500 who has created an aluminum style
Aluminium, if you're Ian.
Ian is
If
like
you're Ian.
being very
a giant aluminum foil
centrifugal force and aluminium
hammock
power.
or something.
Yeah.
So
catching,
out of curiosity, when you possessed this T500, are you rescuing your body just for like preservation purposes, or are you now both things at once?
Yeah.
Who is you?
No, it says you can transfer your soul.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the implication is it's temporary, but it's full.
if
So
that's how you
like
want to describe
my
it, sure.
my body is flailing lifelessly,
Yes.
and then when I discover that I've survived,
Well, did you transfer? Is there a T500 in your body that's falling?
my soul is in the T500.
Yeah, the
No,
soul
I
and
know.
sentience.
Did you Freaky Friday this motherfucker? Is Lindsay Lohan and you're in Jamie Lee Curtis?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so. There's no. It doesn't say that that's what happens on the
So
card.
Well, use
So I'm
the
gonna
word
say-
transfer.
transfer does not. I mean, like
that's not an
that-
exchange
that.
necessarily.
Yeah, that's
Transfer's just
not an
transfer.
exchange.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm glad we talked
Okay,
about this.
I'm just curious.
So since you said it was
I'm assuming that the T500 soul just got pushed out of his ass.
Yeah.
And is just now a pile of ectoplasm.
There's just so much butt play in this game, and I'm
there is. And this
I'm
is
here
not
for it.
uncommon. So I'm glad we
Timmy,
talked about that. So
what
we've
happened to you?
established that this is a temporary
I
transfer.
don't remember it. Hallucinogenic cartoon powers save the day.
yes. Yep. For me, exploding fleshlight in the butt, but
Which you-
saved by.
Saved
Sorry, I was just getting the part that I liked. Saved by my alchemical genius. That was
Chemical
Perfect.
kegels saved my butt.
And I called upon the power of my friend Bees to come and rescue me as I fall through the air with my shrill, piercing scream.
okay.
Okay,
Are we voting?
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
we're voting.
One.
So, when you're ready. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh no,
All
Jeff!
right.
What went a little bit wrong with your plan?
What went a little bit wrong? Yeah. So I will admit I wasn't very convinced by my own saving. I would have voted for myself if that was possible. Okay. So the material, the T500's material was actually just a little bit too thick. So it was still metal. It didn't really have the give that I was hoping. So my body bounces off and lands on the ground. Pretty much no functioning body parts anymore. So I'm just going to stay in the T500.
That's fair.
All right.
Not dead. Body's
Just-
not dead. Just like not functioning.
Not doing well. Yeah.
It's like at a
Yeah.
Timmy level of effectiveness.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pretty.
Damn,
Nah,
Timmy's taking
even
shots.
Timmy's got more on me. You know, he's got more life in him than I do, for sure.
Not really. The way
Yeah.
this is going, I've got about 24 to 36 months, and then I'm dead.
Well, we'll see if you can survive the next few minutes.
All right.
All right. So, does everybody remember what their target was last doing?
I got a target.
You were saved by bees, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Not necessarily back to Earth yet. Kind of left it nebulous.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Sure. I got it. Mr. Ryan. There you are, still on top of this canyon side, binoculars
Still in
hand.
the
You got a hard
afterglow
time.
of a great prostate.
Oh God, it was in fact, it was so good. You taking this like this deep sigh, and that's when this fucking rat with bees flies right by your head. And 14 bees just go down your throat as you're taking that deep sigh. You stumble, you twist, you fall. Oh fuck me, titties! I was over backwards. Everybody else has had a chance to fall. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
So you are now going down the side of the canyon wall, tits over tea kettles, bouncing off rocks until you hit open field, open air. What do you do?
Gotcha.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons with Homer.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just rolls for like,
Well, he's doing the skateboard over the canyon. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
also future bees in throat.
So,
Oh yeah. 14 future bees down in the throat. So.
Aaron, as you are being gently lowered to the ground, the bees all smell the pheromones of a smashed bee that some child man had brought, and incensed, they forget what they're doing. They must go to this new issue. So you are completely dropped as they all swarm towards Timmy. I'm giving peril to Timmy too. No, they're on their way to Timmy.
That's a
fine.
problem for a future ad.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, gravity. All right, Jeff. As you abandoned your fairly beaten and busted body for good reason, You're still in the form of a giant, like, kind of catching sheet.
Yep.
Now, in the future, we don't have power lines anymore. We finally cracked it. We finally cracked wireless power, and all power is delivered through microwave beams. And a satellite in space looking down at the construction site sees a clear signal for power needed as what looks like a big old satellite dish opens up to face the sky. So, doing its duty, the space station recharging unit immediately fires one of its powerful energy microwave beams to deliver a gratuitous amount of energy straight into your underrated T500 body.
Okay. How am I going to get out of this one? Shit.
And we're not supposed to have been drawing cards either, right? Like, we're just
Correct.
limiting
No.
down to, got
Yeah,
it.
just run out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Before I do mine, Gibby, I do actually need a reminder of what's going on with you right now.
I was down by the river, down by the van in the river. Okay. Hat stood up, drones. The drones then went haywire, tried to pull me apart. Cartoon logic. I briefly turned into a cartoon, stretched them, and they came back in together, smashing. I'm still by the river. I'm very upset. He really is hungry. It's way past his snack time. And where the fuck is John Cena? So that's where he is. Like, he's standing in the middle of robot wreckage, but still down by the river, and his handlers are nearby.
And then
Make-A-Wish
bees
people
are on their
nearby.
way. Bees are
Apparently,
on their way to be your
great.
next problem.
Great. Yes.
Okay. All right. So the T500s notice you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hello
they see you as the perfect specimen.
Timmy McGinty doesn't hear that very often. Go on.
They're amazed. They never thought that humanity could ever produce something as perfect as you, and that's one of the reasons why they're there.
Little man.
They're actually undercover. They're actually because you're tiny, you're short, right? Right. And so
he
they're
grew
like,
up and now he's shrinking back down. Yeah.
they're like, this is what we were looking for. So they want to understand how you came to be. And so the ones closest to you, the ones at the bottom of the scaffolding that I'm on, or I was on, all form surgical tools out of their fingers. And they're running after you. They're ready to
Probe.
take you up to take you apart and figure out where you came from. So I'm going to say there's 5 of them. And yes, they are all wearing hard hats that do not go with your outfit.
I love it. I love it.
I love that they're enamored with a self-pruning human. Like, they just naturally die out in a shorter amount of time.
They see it as efficiency.
It's very efficient.
Cold efficiency.
All
Okay,
right,
so now we pick our cards.
Yep.
Yep.
How will you survive? And you can always pull a wild card if you're running out of options.
I think I went first last time, so I think it's Ryan's turn. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can just take a card, dump it, and just grab something off the top of the deck if it sucks. But you got to use whatever it is, and just bullshit your way through it. So
I tend to draw my wild cards without looking at them at all.
I love that too. I want to just catch, like, improv, motherfucker.
All right, Ryan, you're up first.
Alrighty. So as I'm falling down towards my death, I simultaneously start hacking up these bees. And luckily, in my alchemical studies, I'm also a little bit into, just anything biological, that sort of thing. And I'm able to cobble together one monstrous flying bee that I am now coming down Fortnite style, like I am dropping into the battle royale. They have vomited out, come together, and I have my little floater. And I am lowering myself to safety.
All right. As you all know, I was once again falling from the sky without my
classic,
my trusted companion bees to save me. Luckily, I have super strength. I am impossibly strong for a rat. Therefore, what I will do is superhero landing, rat style.
Hot.
I'm just gonna. Yep. I'm going to straighten my body out so it's feet first, and when I hit the ground, I'm just going to go poof, squeak.
Poof, I am Grundle Rat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes.
Be careful, that really hurts your back. I've done that.
Oh my god.
All right, my turn. So I'm using cybernetic augmentations. Your body has been modified in some way to incorporate advanced technology. So, I see because I am in the shape of a satellite dish, I actually detect what's happening up there, right? And I'm like, oh shit! The only way to counteract this kind of power is with equal and opposite power. So my actual body that's crumpled, lying next to me, I'm actually powered by a nuclear reactor that's inside of me, right? Like Iron Man style. So I stick out a T500 liquid metal tendril and hook myself up to that. And because I'm in the shape of a satellite dish already, all I have to do is grow a pole in the center to concentrate all of that energy into a beam of my own.
And I'm watching.
And I'm gonna and I'm shooting an equal and opposite beam of energy at the beam of energy that's coming at me.
Nullifying it.
Fight microwave.
Yeah, nullifying
microwave.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that you're in this like Harry Potter Voldemort death ray.
Yeah.
Man.
You don't get to be like my age. Well, you do. Actually, most people do turn 11, but they don't turn to 55, pushing 60 at this point, who are allergic to everything. But you don't go anywhere without an EpiPen, and an EpiPen's another word for adrenaline. So I take all 4 of my EpiPens and stab them in my fucking chest, so that the bullet time kicks in. So these things that are coming to stab me and cut me up, like eyes go wide. It's like Fry after drinking 100 cups of coffee at the end of Futurama, and I just. Timmy McGinty's got a few moves left in him before he dies. So I am zigging, zagging, and I am neoing the one all the way around them to get back in. I'm leaving my handlers, leaving the Make-A-Wish people, taking a few dollars out of that back pocket, and I'm getting back into the van, shutting the fucking door, and getting the fuck out of this place because I was promised something and I did not get it. And I'm going to go with, if I can't get seen to maybe The Rock, I don't know. I'll even take Edge or Christian or the Undertaker. Maybe they've got him because I want to see that Undertaker before the real Undertaker takes me to the death. So I'm going to go do that. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been a low-key WWE advertisement.
Yeah.
You make the mistake of watching one behind the scenes thing, and now your YouTube feed is full of Mark Calloway and 6 Feet Under, and I'm riveted. I love these old stories. I'm like, I love old pro wrestling. So yeah, I'm in. So anyway, yes, EpiPen turns into bullet time. Dodge my way out of these things trying to take me apart. Getting the fuck out of Dodge.
All right, we'll keep rolling with the recaps.
I vomited out the bees, creating one super bee to Fortnite my way down to safety.
I did a superhero landing in Grundle rat form.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And I connected to the piece of technology that is my cyber augmentation. It's a nuclear power source inside my crumpled body that I'm abandoning now, and I'm shooting a super beam up to meet the super beam that's coming down at me.
All right, when you know who you'd vote for, pick up a vote token. All right, that's everyone. 3, 2, 1, drop them.
Oh, shoot. Wild. I thought it was going to be me for sure.
That's who I voted for. I mean, goddamn. I was like, y'all are just jealous of Timmy McGinty and his ability to use EpiPens to survive. But apparently it didn't work. The problem was you can't take 4 of them at once. You tried that because here's the thing. It looked like everything sped up, but it didn't. In my head, I was doing these really cool moves. But in fact, I took 3 steps. My Birkenstock sandal flipped off. I fell over onto a knife. Now I'm bleeding. The robots are making fun of me, and they pulled my pants down. They're trying to probe me, and I don't like where I'm at. So I am now crawling
toward the van.
Over toward the van. But my Make-A-Wish handlers and my nurses, they're trying to help, but these are T500 with apparently surgical hands, so they didn't last very long. So poor Timmy McGinty's not doing too well.
All right, so it is about that hour and a half mark. Did we want to go one more round, or do we want to do
one more round?
Yeah, let's finish it up.
Yeah, let's finish it up.
All right.
One more round.
All right.
I will be getting overtime for this.
Not my problem. Thank you, Jeff, for loaning us Orion for the evening. All right. When you know how your target will be in peril, flip your card.
Oh, I have to go first, or does the me token, am I last or first?
No, it goes back to AA, Ron.
Okay, sweet. Then yeah, I'll be ready. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'll fake it when I get there.
It's weird. Did somebody skip going first?
No, this is the 5th round. it would come back around.
No, it's only the 4th round. Look, we've only played 3 cards.
Let me see. Maybe.
Some
I mean,
went
I
wrong.
went. Ryan went.
All right. Does anybody want to go first, or should I just roll with it?
I would
Well,
like
just
to
roll
go
with it.
last, so you should go first.
Well, yeah, you should go first. Yeah.
Okay. For Ryan's sake. Speaking of Ryan, you're holding on to your Frankenbean bee, and as you're holding on to it, wanting to be more a part of the world, it's also kind of like growing onto you a little bit. So it's grabbing a hold of you. It thinks it's doing its job, carrying you to safety. You didn't crash. But then it notices the hive, the swarm from which it came, and the center of which still has the queen. So in a completely unbee-like voice, your Frankenbee goes, "Mama!" And it flies towards the swarm, trying to rejoin its brethren. Unfortunately, on the way to the swarm are tons of T500s with like weird knife hands and surgical implements, all just like standing there,
the way.
surrounding. Yeah, so your Frankenbee is just going to drag you across all of these sharp implements sticking up.
Okay.
All right. For me, I'm going after Aaron here. Turns out, Aaron, or should I say Grundlerat, you have superhero landed right next to me. The
Which one?
The dish. No, we're right next to each other anyway.
That's true.
So the dish that I have become is now shooting up a giant, powerful ray, and I'm heating up. I've gotten to about 1,000 degrees, and that's emanating very quickly out from me. So you are going to get cooked here pretty quick.
Makes sense. A lot of like slightly deflected microwave beams and just the sheer raw heat of your body heating up.
All right, give me a second here, because that kind of like took away, because I've got Jeff, and now Jeff, it's like, which one of you is heating up?
Well, I mean, this is because my actual body's right next to me. That's going to get burned to a crisp already.
Okay. But the robotic you that you're inside of, the T500 that you're inside of, is heating up, and it's that which is putting Aaron into danger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might be. This might be.
No, here I got it. Hang on.
You get it?
If you don't mind,
Okay.
because you're next to him and you're putting him in danger, the superhero landing that he did do shook everything so bad that the little safety switch inside the you that said self-preservation mode clicked to off. So you're actually in a self-destruct mode. So yeah, you're going to kill him, but you're going to blow yourself up in the process. You cool with that?
Okay. I don't know how I couldn't just like switch it the other way, though.
Well, it's inside
you.
because you've never been inside a robot before. You're a person inside of a robot. You don't know how to turn that off.
Okay, all right. So I don't know where it is.
Right.
How
It could
to-
be,
yeah.
you know, it's inside you somewhere.
Yeah, dope.
But
Yeah.
But it's
All right.
like these overwhelming programmed directives telling
you've
you.
got like this, like you've got this whole like don't hurt humans, just protect all life, mine, listen to Jeff Hayes, the foreman. Like there's got these code things that are running through your head. So
Gotcha.
you can't find the off switch, the self-destruct to turn it back off. Yeah, you cool with that?
Gotcha. Okay, yep.
Okay, cool.
All right. Me go?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, Timmy, you got your...
I had a good run all 11 years of my life.
You are ass to the sky, bent over. You've got the T500s going in the back door. They circle around. They're coming in the front door. Poor Timmy is airtight, and they they get their little
I
instruments.
feel like a rotisserie chicken, but not in a good way.
Exactly.
Oh!
You're spinning on the spit here. And they are probing in all areas, and they find your pituitary gland that was releasing these hormones incorrectly to give you this, I think I'm doing this. Somebody check my science. I think the pituitary gland releases hormones. And
Sounds good.
It is the growth. It is the growth hormone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Thank you, Mrs. Good, my biology teacher. And so
You uppity bitch.
So they get all the way to and they find that's where the thing is, and they're going to extract yours. They have it right in their little metally grasp, ready to rip it, so that they can add this to the human genome, so that we're all fated to these short lifespans. So they've got it right in their clutches.
Okay.
Awesome.
You also can't
right.
breathe and fart, so that's a problem. The farting you can handle, but you've been gassy though, so you
This
don't.
isn't
It's
his
uncomfy.
first constipation.
Yeah.
All right, last round. Make it count.
You know what? I will make up something for either one of these. Just say left or right.
Left.
Jeff?
Wild card.
Actually, everyone should
Right.
wild card it and not look at it and have to do the improv. Let's just do that.
I am totally down with that.
I'm good with
I
that. Let's
I
fuck
already
it.
chose. I already. Oh,
You can pull it back.
from the top.
Yeah.
From
Yep,
the
you
top.
just pull-
Okay,
pull a
so-
random-
Don't
one
look,
off the
just
top.
pull it and do it.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Just random wild card. We'll see what happens.
Okay,
All right.
great.
You're
You're first.
Yeah, I'm about to be cooked like a rat in a microwave.
All right.
Luckily, I am also a cleric. I can channel the power of a specific deity or other immortal force to empower my actions. The effects are even stronger if serving their goals. As a creature of the desert, obviously I worship the sun god. So as I see energy from the heavens bathing my immediate surroundings, I scream up in a little rat voice, "Praise the sun god! He has shown his grace and mercy and power." And assuming that this is my god blessing me with incredible strength and power, I immediately go on a rampage and attempt to bring down the machines that are trying to make the desert this gross machinery robot place. So I just
Or at
run
least
it like
survive the bomb that's ready to go off beside you. Yeah.
So I do a little like crusty burnt war cry, and I run at the nearest T500 and I push him over the edge. Yeah, take that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
my faith protects me.
Wait, how does that? But how does that? How do you survive from the
Because
heat?
I'm a cleric. My own god is behooving me
So,
with power.
okay. So the sun god gives you like heat resistance. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Well,
I have-
what was your peril again? I'm so sorry. I didn't.
so
He's ready to melt because the Jeff's about to melt him because he's overheating to 1,000 degrees.
Got it.
yeah,
Yep.
Jeff's
Okay. So
being hit
the
from
god gives you
beams
heat
from the
resistance.
sky.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
My faith is
Okay.
protecting me.
1,000 degrees is nothing compared to the sun. Fuck that chump. Here
Yeah.
you go. You know.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, got it.
All
All
right,
right,
Jeff.
mine. Let's see what mine
I
is.
feel like you guys.
And you
have helped
were
me a
in
lot
what sort of peril?
surviving
Oh, we
this.
did because you were gonna die, sir. Just full force. You were gonna die. So what you got? Bone manipulation.
You can grow new bones and structures instantly on or out of your body. How does that help me turn off my self-destruct sequence?
Mm-hmm.
And a body with no bones. This is interesting. I
Well,
want to see this.
His body doesn't need bones. He can grow bones.
Well, it's my body's next to me,
True.
so the bones have to come out of the body next to me.
if you
Or
choose.
If you so choose, or it could.
It's however
Grow
you
the
define
body
it.
and start growing metal bones.
I feel like that's breaking the logic of the T500s. They're liquid metal.
That's real.
You know what? Can since we're all helping each other, we'll just pick the best of these because we all just helped Aaron get survived because he done fucked up. So we helped Aaron, right? So I think in Jeff's case, you just create a rib cage. So you can look down like, oh, there's the off switch.
Could be metal bones.
You can just look down. It's like you turn your chassis into metal bones. You can look down like, oh, it's right
Well,
there.
we don't
can
want to
see
do
it
too
yourself.
much. So you guys helped explain how my choices
Yeah.
make kind of sense, but we don't want to play the character for him.
No, these are
Let's-
offerings. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to me.
Okay, here we go. All the bones in the soon-to-be corpse next to me that used to be my body form needles. Like, all of these bones form needles and shoot out of my body into my T500 body, and one of those hits the switch.
One of those has got to be the
Just
one.
spaghetti at the wall.
It's just
Got
a
it.
scatter shit, just okay. And I mean, because I'm stretched thin,
Yeah.
right? It ought to be it ought to hit it at some point, right? It's somewhere along this very large plane, and
Yeah.
so this shotgun effect of bones.
I thought you were going to go the route of acupuncture and trying to calm yourself.
Nope,
Just
All right.
just shotgunning the
no,
switch.
that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
All right.
Timmy, how you getting out of your situation?
Timmy McGinty, who's now being spit roasted and vivisected live right here on the desert floor. He did not he thought he was going to go out having a heart attack with
To his
sex
chagrin.
with two different girls. Yeah, but this didn't work out this way. So I'm going to try to survive by animating objects. Oh, great. The living rock floor stands up and pulls these things apart, and I create stone golems out of the ground, big giant stone hands, pull these guys apart and flinging little T500s around, and they put my pants back up and push me towards the car. That's how it happens. They said,
Pat
"Go
your
on,
little
little
Timmy
guy.
head."
You're only gonna
exactly
last
what
for
I
another
pictured.
36 months at most."
It's okay, little guy.
So, save me, rock hands, and then the rock hands saved me.
It was
It's
also
time for you now.
in the visage of Dwayne the Rock Johnson, of course.
Oh, good call.
Oh, yeah, of
Like,
course.
Once John
Yeah.
Cena, like, you can't see me here.
Yeah, you get your wish.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
exactly.
like-
Yes, there it
he's
is.
like-
So it's like the spinning belt comes up, and like a hand's like, so one's like, go little guy. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you,
John
little flavor text.
Cena!
Thank you, Rock John Cena. So yes, saved by that. Sure.
All right, Ryan.
Incredible. All right, so I am on my fortnight bee, traveling to what I hope is safety, but all of these implements and other bees are flying at me. So naturally, I use my ability to mysteriously free myself from constraints and entrapments. Got it? That's helpful.
Escaping
So,
while plummeting. Very
much-
useful skill. Yep. I
Much
see this.
like, I don't remember what movie it is, but I'm sure it's Many a Boy's Sexual Awakening, where she like is dodging all the lasers. You know what I'm talking about? Like it was a heist movie.
That's
where...
Catherine Zeta-Jones, an
Rock.
entrapment motherfucker.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
yeah.
See,
I
I,
mean,
knew,
what? Yeah.
I knew I just throw that out to the straights. One of them will get it. So much like that, I use my escape artist ability to very perfectly dodge these implements. I am ducking and weaving, my little bee guy just going, ace pilot on me, and I I avoid all of them and drop the last 10 feet and land in safety.
There you go.
I wish this was going one more round because I would have put you like landing in the ring with the rock people. All right, quick
All right.
recap. Or
Quick recap.
yeah. All right. Trusting in my gods, the sun god's power to protect me, I take the heat and start rampaging.
Okay. I use bone manipulation from my dormant, flaccid corpse, and all the bones in that body form needles, and they all shoot into my satellite dish body, and one of them happens to hit the self-destruct switch. Back off.
Hell yeah.
I animated the very ground itself to become stone golem versions of Rock and John Cena to save me from this horrible fate, and then to save me and pat me on the head and give me my wish before I die very soon.
I very sexy Catherine Zeta-Jones my way to safety.
When you know who you'd vote for, pick up a token.
All right.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, now I can do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
So, since this is the last round, we're not going to do an individual recap. We are going to do game wrap up.
All right.
So,
Ooh.
Timmy and I are tied for dead as
You would say
fuck.
we are dead last.
so the player or players with the least amount of votes gets to decide how the overall story ends, including what happens to their characters, for better or worse. However, before they do that, anybody else has to describe how their character still inevitably met an untimely end. So
All right. So we get to
Jeff
choose
or
the manner of
Gibby?
our own deaths.
Yes.
how do things
Okay.
inevitably go wrong?
Okay. So obviously the bone shards missed. They never hit never hit the self-destruct switch. And instead of blowing up and killing the rest of my T500 brethren, though, because I have what's the word? Stockholm syndromed myself
Mhm.
because I possessed this T500, right? I reach into my corpse's pocket, grab the gun out of it, and shoot myself in the head. I have to form
A head to shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
It's
then,
like-
because the power from me stops, the beam comes down and continues to finish the job. So I'm pretty much evaporated.
Yeah.
For the sake of flavor, instead of like the original, Terminator, where he gives a thumbs up, you gotta just give the middle finger as you go out.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I like that.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the needles missed you, but they didn't miss me. One flew by, and I'm getting patted on the head by The Rock and John Cena. They saved me, but unfortunately, one of the needles went right through the back of my neck, and like it came out my throat, and I died bleeding out. Gasp! I love you. And I died in a pool of my own blood because no one loves Make-A-Wish kids because when they look old, they only like the young, cute, bald ones. So all you cute, bald ones with cancer, you can go fuck yourself because when you've got droopy balls, no one cares about you. No one wants to take you out on a play date. But when you're cute and they give you a little fire hat, you know, those fucking kids can suck it. Timmy McGinty out.
The opinions expressed by our guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions.
Fuck those bald little fucks. I hope they get no marrow at all.
Oh my God. Moving on.
It's like a puppy. You only have the cute ones. You don't like the ugly puppies. So,
More
no one adopts the 90-year-old dog.
I just voted for you again. You sick
You
fuck.
probably should. I really deserved it that time.
All right.
Dark humor is like a kid with cancer.
So now
Never gets
we are
old.
tied for least amount of death tokens.
Yep.
So now
So
what
we
happens
get
for
to
us?
we get
just
to
get to
decide
survive.
together in some fashion, kind of like how we built the world. We decide
Uh-huh.
together what becomes of this world and our characters.
You get to Thelma and Louise it with a happy ending.
Okay, yeah. Does it have to be happy?
No,
Okay, yeah. I feel
I
like
often die off
think
still.
Yeah, I feel like it's a tragic arc for my. Well, after all of the harrowing adventures that I've gone on, I finally see my corpse. I crawl my way over to little Timmy McGivern or McGivern.
McGinty, get it right, you
McGinty.
cocksucker.
You're dead.
Yes.
I still had the power. Here's the thing. I had the power to go. I had the power of necromancy. And like I was going to use it to save myself and get you laid. But not anymore. I was saving for the right
Oh,
moment. But
I'm still gonna make sure I get laid here.
I'm 11 years old, you fuck.
But you look a sweet 44.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
So I go up to Timmy and just ravage his body. And
Okay.
Jeff, you might need to call him into work.
you don't even have an HR department.
You do now.
And I punish him for his thoughts on cancer children for a good 3.5 hours in the desert sun. And on my final thrust, in sheer ecstasy, explode my heart. And I crumple atop of Timmy, still pulsating inside him.
Okay.
I was half expecting like dehydration to be to blame at this length of endeavor.
You know, I like that too, actually.
All right. So the little
All
crispy
the murder robots
rat.
just watch. Like, do we cheer? Do we applaud? How does
Naturally, the rat is the only one to survive.
Well, sure, yeah, okay. He survives, but he is like brutally crisped. He begins a guerrilla resistance on the machines attacking his
It's got a beret.
desert home. It's like smoking cigars that he rolls from desert plants. And yeah, the resistance continues. There'll probably be time machines involved at some point where they start sending back, T-500s to try to kill the original rat thing. That
I like to think of the voiceover for this. Like, I used to be a man made out of taint rat, but now it's just
now I bring the taint to them.
Everybody just rubs his under like a. I know that smell. It smells like taint. Yeah. So.
Incredible.
Jeff,
All right.
I was half hoping that like even as you rip the bones from your old body that somehow you survived in like the most gruesome state. Like, yeah, all his bones are gone, but he's still hanging on there. All right. Yeah, so that's the game.
That's the game.
If that doesn't
Good game,
sell you on
guys.
it, I don't know what would.
Yeah, if you top that, internet.
Thank you all for playing Imminent Peril with me. This was a huge amount of fun. Just remember, even when AI seems to be running everything nowadays, including failed attempts at recreating our most beloved attractions and theme parks, at least we have each other and we can experience the wonders and horrors of the changing AI world around us together. And no matter what, we all have the ability to be kind.
And you also have the ability to back the Kickstarter, which is coming when?
Also back the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we got fuck
Coming
all this nice
tomorrow.
bullshit. Buy my
Yeah.
goddamn Kickstarter.
So yeah,
And-
Kickstarter dropping tomorrow.
We all also have the ability to turn into liquid metal and form any shapes we want.
Or fuck a dead
But-
body if you want to.
That's all true. We all have this capability, though. We should
It's all the power
we
of
should
choice,
use it
baby.
Use it responsibly.
sparingly.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that my condition was passed on as was an STD, so you will start aging now.
My heart explodes.
He's
It's
already,
fine.
yeah, he's already gone. He's
like-
he's a fellow corpse.
It's like It Follows.
Yeah. It's
Great
now
movie.
airborne and contagious.
All right, I'm gonna hit.
All right, guys.
But yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.